Good evening. Good evening. I think while we're settling in our seats, we should take a moment to thank Nate Bastos for his beautiful music at chapel and here tonight. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to the awards ceremony for our class of 2024. This evening, we gather to recognize our students in their accomplishments in academics, the arts, and student life, and the evening will conclude with remarks by our head monitor, John Rogers. Tonight's awards reflect the broad educational mission of Episcopal that encourages our students to pursue an array of interests in and outside the classroom and to strive to do their best in all areas of school life. And I would like to begin tonight by recognizing the students who have been honored by induction into membership in the Cum Laude Society. This is a national organization, the secondary school equivalent of Phi Beta Kappa, which is established in strong secondary schools to honor those with the most distinguished academic attainments who simultaneously demonstrate strong character. And I'd like to ask the current members of Cum Laude to stand when I call your name to be recognized, and I request that the audience hold all your applause until the end of the list. So our Cum Laude members. Those who were inducted in 2023 from our class of 2024, Emily Gerard, James Hong, Walter Liu, Leo Melton, Alexa Parchment, Marshall Ragsdale, Blue Tron, Reeves Versaghi, Ray Wang, Chloe Yan, Baker Zhan, and Vicky Zhou. And then for our inductees this year from our class of 2024, Amy Wang, Charlotte Whiteley, Laurel Neff, Wyatt Moore, Brian Chen, Joey Chen, Louisa Hunt, Meg Gray, Douglas Su, Hiab Musi, Mary Chura, John Hong, and from our class of 2025, Sarah Kim, Bluebell Richard, Eric Shin, Michelle Zhang, Ken Tian, Ruby Gonzalez, Chloe Cha, Arhip Dmitriev, Cindy Luo, David Song, Mackenzie Hand, David Liu, Daniel Liu, and Wilkes Brown. Congratulations. And I'm now pleased to present Mr. Nate Ebel, Assistant Head for Academics, and Mr. Phil Spears, Assistant Head for Student Life, who will assist with our presentation of awards this evening. And I wish to point out that the criteria for all the awards presented this evening are found in your program, but in the interest of time, we'll refrain from reading these, but I encourage you to do so as we proceed with the presentations. And now I turn things over to Mr. Ebel.
Good evening. The students who will receive these awards have been chosen by the academic departments to honor their excellence in the various disciplines. We'll begin the awards by recognizing student achievement in the arts. The Boyd Taylor Cummings Medal for Publications. Monica Viola writes, "Some students join yearbook because of a burning passion for scholastic journalism. But, if we're honest, often they land in the yearbook lab the way this recipient did. She figured the yearbook was a decent enough alternative to yet another season of athletics. But at the end of that first winter, she begrudgingly admitted that, I'm invested now, and I kind of want to see it through. And see it through she has. 7 seasons of yearbook and a portion of her May program. Now, armed with that burning passion for scholastic journalism, she's a force to be reckoned with. In recognition of her diligence, creativity, and leadership, the Boyd Taylor Cummings Medal for Publications is awarded to Grace Langdon of Bethesda, Maryland. The George William Laird Award for Outstanding Photography. David Douglas writes, This gifted young photographer has invited us to witness the extraordinary in the ordinary, each frame a testament to his innate talent, transforming the mundane into the magical, the fleeting into the eternal. With each flip of his AP monograph, he achieves the ultimate goal. You can't wait to turn the page. Through hard work and keen artistic intuition, this young artist not only showcases the technical prowess of his talent, but also offers a profound, intimate look at the world through his unique vision. This year's George William Laird Medal for Outstanding Photography is presented to Ray Marshall of Ewing, New Jersey. The Johnny Smith Award for Excellence in Music. Mark Carter writes, Victor Hugo wrote that music expresses that which cannot be said and on which it is impossible to be silent. Through his music, this year's recipient has articulated the ineffable and repeatedly filled the silence with beautiful music. Music is his safe space and his sanctuary, and I believe he would be lost without a guitar in his hand and music in his heart. In muse-like fashion, he has consistently entertained, uplifted, and inspired the community. The Johnny Smith Award for Excellence in Music goes to Nate Bastos of Alexandria, Virginia. The Edwin Wilson Award for Theater Arts and Acting. Michael Windsor writes, Charlie Chaplin once said, the basic essential of a great actor is that he loves himself in acting. This student embodies that ideal with her ease, control, and presence on stage. Whatever the role, she inhabited the character and took the audience on an unforgettable journey. This student's passion for performance was always the brightest light in the room, shining with rays of professionalism and leadership. She was willing to rise to any challenge and face the music with grit, grace, and elegance. The Edwin Wilson Award for Theater Arts and Acting goes to Charlotte Whiteley of Raleigh, North Carolina. The Edwin Wilson Award for Theater Arts and Dance. Adrian Taylor Wilson writes, when you think about leadership, dance class may not be the first place you think of, but that is where you find this year's recipient. From the moment she entered the studio, she separated herself as a leader. Dance and movement come naturally to her, but she also led by example, doing exactly what was expected and kindly correcting behavior and technique for others. This year we saw her in a Barbie world, trying to get home from Oz, and personifying the icon Beyoncé. The Edwin Wilson Award for Theater Arts and Dance is presented to Sanaa Baldwin of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Sanaa is not able to be with us tonight. She's away at a lacrosse tournament. I just found out. The Edwin Wilson Award for Theater Arts and Technical Performing Arts. Michael Windsor writes, what is a stage manager? An organizational guru, a leader, a confidant, the glue that holds the production together. Though unseen, the stage manager is usually the busiest person in the troupe. In touch with those working backstage, on stage, and on the directing team, they must be level-headed, compassionate, enthusiastic, communicative, inquisitive, and instinctive. For the past 4 years, Episcopal has been blessed to have an incredible human running things backstage, one who embodies all of these qualities and more. The Edwin Wilson Award for Theater Arts and Technical and Digital Arts goes to Samantha Ducksworth of Bronx, New York. Charles C. Plummer Award for Excellence in Choir. Mike Schmidt says, amidst a group of exceptional seniors, one has stood out, a stalwart member for 4 years. This student, a paragon of altruism and musical excellence, has quietly led by example in every rehearsal. Always the first to volunteer for the most mundane yet essential tasks, her dedication has been a beacon of inspiration. I'm deeply thankful for her unwavering positivity and the uplifting spirit she brings to everything she does. It is with great pleasure that this year's Charles C. Plummer Award for Excellence in Choir is awarded to Shirley Zhuang of Hong Kong. The John Moncure Daniel Jr. Scholarship and Benjamin M. Baker Medal for Excellence in United States History. Jesse George writes, I don't think this scholar realizes just how impressive her work in history has been. At the beginning of the year, she shared concerns that she might not be up to the challenges of the advanced coursework. Yet she ended the semester with the highest grade in the class. More important than the grades, however, is the quality of the scholar's work, which reveals genuine curiosity about the past. She takes the time to deeply ponder and wrestle with the intricacies and complexities of history and applies what she's learned to her understanding of the present. The John Moncure Daniel Scholarship and Benjamin M. Baker Medal for Excellence in United States History is presented to Adele Yu of San Francisco, California. The Lancelot Minor Blackford Medal and Richard Pardee Williams Jr. Scholarship for Excellence in Classics. Alec Robinson writes, often studying classical languages is more about the challenging but silent skill of reading rather than talking. This year's recipient is one of those less loquacious students who, nevertheless, has made exceptional achievements in Greek and Latin, two languages that permeate so much of our culture. This young man's diligent study and sincere fascination with the languages and cultures of ancient Greece and Rome were exemplary and always palpable in the classroom. This year's Lancelot Minor Blackford Medal and Richard Pardee Williams Jr. Scholarship for Excellence in Classics goes to Bruce Thompson of Alexandria, Virginia. The Dash Pierce Award for Excellence in Chinese. Julie Wong writes, this student started in Chinese 1 as a sophomore, then independently mastered Chinese 2 and Chinese 4 during her summers. This year, she earned an A in Advanced Chinese. Her progress has been truly remarkable. Throughout her language journey at EHS, her father's wisdom has echoed along the path of her learning. Vietnam and China, mountains connected to mountains, waters connected to waters. With her unwavering dedication, she has demonstrated that her understanding of the Chinese language helps form a bridge between the two countries and is also essential for success in today's interconnected world. The Dash Pierce Award for Excellence in Chinese is presented to Blue Tron of Tuan Nan City, Vietnam. The William Winder Laird Medal for Excellence in French. Eleanor Moore writes, a tenacious spirit and determined mindset lead this student to scholarly pursuits that are a model for all. During her study of French, she has embraced opportunities to engage with Francophone cultures, attending events sponsored by the French Embassy in DC, going behind the scenes in a French bakery, and participating in the EHS Stanislas exchange program. While remaining ever serious about her progress in the language, she takes joy in reading and analyzing literary texts and demonstrates her wit and intellect through her writing, discussion, and presentations in French. This year's William Winder Laird Medal for Excellence in French is presented to Michelle Zhang of Shanghai, China. The Robert L. Whittle Medal for Excellence in German. Frau Professor Hannah Ellington writes, inquisitive, thoughtful, prepared, this year's winner has quietly mastered the German language. Whether in conversations with native speakers, learning Austrian restaurant etiquette, or navigating the Viennese subway system, I never doubt they can handle anything auf Deutsch. Known for careful planning, he takes time and thinks before he speaks, which aligns nicely with German's frequent demand that the verb arrive at the end of the sentence. No one works more diligently or rocks a bow tie quite like this student. The Robert L. Whittle Medal for Excellence in German is presented to Aaron Greer of Clemens, North Carolina. The Selby Barnes Papin Medal for Excellence in Spanish. Rocío Mendizábal writes, this year's award winner is that rare gem of a student who not only absorbs lessons and easily masters them, but also works tirelessly, dedicating himself wholeheartedly to the pursuit of fluency. As a literature student challenged by strenuous texts, he went on, undaunted, to analyze them so accurately and so fully that one might even guess that Spanish was his native tongue. This spring, he became our first ever Spanish teaching assistant, extra ears and extra hands to interest and engage Spanish 1 students in a subject he clearly values and enjoys. This year's Selby Barnes Papin Medal for Excellence in Spanish goes to Leo Melton of Silver Spring, Maryland. The Benjamin I. Johns Prize for Excellence in Biology. Luke Peterson writes, this award is more than a testament to this student's academic success. It speaks to his exceptional curiosity, dedication, and authentic joy for the field of biology. And it speaks to his self-generated enthusiasm to explore the intricacies of biology and deepen his personal knowledge. This genuine drive, paired with the sincere desire to help his peers understand the concepts and the joy that can be found in the nuanced details, only further highlights the tremendous impact this student has on the classroom. The Benjamin I. Johns Prize for Excellence in Biology is awarded to Eric Olson of Alexandria, Virginia. Thomas E. Kilby III Medal for Excellence in Chemistry. Dr. Kim Olson says, this student possesses an insightful, curious mind and a work ethic that is unmatched. He is the student who always stops in during office hours, not because he is struggling, and definitely not because he needs to, but because he wants to clarify one last topic or talk through a theory in greater depth. His desire to truly understand the molecular mechanics of the chemical universe has propelled him to the highest levels. For his outstanding efforts, the Thomas E. Kilby III Medal for Excellence in Chemistry is presented to Eric Shin of Seongnam-si, Korea. The School Award for Excellence in Environmental Studies. Javier Bastos writes, do any of you know the terms actinodromus, calyx tube, graminoid, or schizocarp? This student certainly does. His insatiable curiosity and love for living things fuel his genuine care for improving the world. While many students in environmental science focus on nature's instrumental value, Our distinguished graduate emphasizes its intrinsic worth. John Muir famously said, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks." This student seeking has led to a deeper understanding and commitment to preserving the natural world. The School Award for Excellence in Environmental Studies goes to Josh Carr of Milton, Massachusetts. The Lawton M. Calhoun Jr. Medal for Excellence in Physics. Dr. Casey Meeker writes, "Enthusiastic, kind, brilliant. This student's quiet enthusiasm impacts the entire class around her. Her mastery of the subject is so complete that I was convinced she had to have taken physics before. If I am working with another student, the whole class knows that they can go to this young scientist to ask a question and get an answer nearly as good as mine, if not better. She's pushed her section to new levels of understanding, always with a smile and a quiet word of encouragement. In recognition of her outstanding dedication, work ethic, and willingness to help others, this year's Lawton M. Calhoun Jr. Medal for Excellence in Physics goes to Allison Lee of Fairfax, Virginia." The Ingle Family Theology Award for Excellence in Theology. The Reverend Betsy Carmody says, "Classroom conditions can be tough to ignore, especially when many of the folks in class seem content to sit quietly and wait for the teacher to answer the question. However, some students show enough courage to seek the deeper meaning and relevance of the biblical stories and to speak up. Whether it was exploring covenant and the importance of relationship or the call of the prophets to work for justice, this student took the call of conscious action to heart and participated, to her credit and the benefit of the whole class. The Ingle Family Award for Excellence in Theology goes to Cover Dixon of McLean, Virginia." The Charles Fellows Page Award for Excellence in Poetry. Katrina Reed says, "In The Poet X, Elizabeth Acevedo writes that learning to believe in the power of my own words has been the most freeing experience of my life. One Episcopal scholar harnessed this power and fearlessly explored her authentic self through a variety of literary techniques and styles, from crafting heartfelt sonnets to grappling with existential questions like, what we doing in the classroom? This young woman embodied the influence of this simple yet profound medium. The Charles Fellows Page Award for Excellence in Poetry is presented to Emma Famalua of El Paso, Texas." The William Garrett Bibb Medal for Excellence in Shakespeare. Whit Morgan writes, "We all know the Socratic dictum, the unexamined life is not worth living. Perhaps an efficient way to examine would be to spend time in the laboratory of Shakespeare, where the most pressing and timeless human questions are looked at through a literary microscope. Within these plays, a hungry, engaged student can ponder the afterlife with Hamlet, learn leadership with Prince Hal, and question man's inhumanity to man along with Shylock. They can plot a path forward to a life of quality and purpose, using Shakespeare's dramatic roadmap as a guide. This year's award winner is well on her way, and the world will be a better place because of her passion and interest. The William Garrett Bibb Award for Excellence in Shakespeare is presented to Laurel Neff of Nashville, Tennessee." The English Bays honor former Episcopal High School English teachers and students who shared a common admiration and talent for writing. The first of these is the David Doherty Writing Prize, which recognizes excellence in analytical writing by a 9th or 10th grade student. This award is given to Gray Gibbons of New York, New York. The George Dunlop Memorial Prize, recognizing excellence in creative prose writing, is awarded to Emma Pan of Front Royal, Virginia. The Alan C. Phillips Prize, recognizing excellence in analytical writing, is awarded to Wyatt Moore of Alexandria, Virginia. The William Page Dame Medals recognize outstanding creative writing by 9th or 10th grade students, with medals for first and second place winners. The second place William Page Dame Medal for excellence in creative writing goes to Sims Weatherby of Thomasville, Georgia. And the first place William Page Dame Medal for excellence in creative writing goes to Mairead Radke of Reston, Virginia. The Martin Baldwin Whitaker Medal is the award for outstanding senior externship defense. It's presented in memory of Martin Baldwin Whitaker, a student at Episcopal from 1964 to 1967. The Martin Baldwin Whitaker Medal for outstanding senior externship defense goes to Elias Homer of Falls Church, Virginia. Three colleges and universities have donated prizes for outstanding students in the College Book Awards. The Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Certificate for Outstanding Work in Mathematics and Science is presented to David Liu of Beltsville, Maryland. The Middlebury College Award for Excellence in Modern and Classical Languages is presented to Arhip Dmitriev of Iamsville, Maryland. The Swanee Award for Excellence in Writing is presented to Victoria Knotson of San Antonio, Texas. Next, we'll hand out departmental scholarships. Will representatives from the academic departments, Ms. Huntley, Mr. Brennan, Dr. Olson, Ms. Gomez-Goodnow, and Ms. Pugh, please join me on the stage. These endowed scholarships will now present on our outstanding former EHS teachers and mentors. The William Riley Diebel III Scholarship for Social Studies, presented by Ms. Huntley, is awarded to Lucinda Cahan of Kentfield, California. The Lucian Minor Gear Scholarship for Mathematics, presented by Mr. Brennan, is awarded to Anna Gregg of Richmond, Virginia. The Benjamin Irving Johns Scholarship for Biology, presented by Dr. Olson, is awarded to Selah McCrae of Chicago, Illinois. The Mark Hale Teeter Scholarship for Modern and Classical Languages, presented by Ms. Gomez-Goodnow, is awarded to Sophia Pia of Winchester, Virginia. The Alan Carlton Phillips and William Evans Hannum Scholarships for English, presented by Ms. Pugh, is awarded to Davian King of Washington, D.C. The Whittle, Johns, and Mead Book Prizes for Scholastic Achievement. These prizes commemorate three former bishops of Virginia, Bishops Whittle, Johns, and Mead. A student is awarded one of the following for achievement and performance in the current academic year. The Whittle Prize recognizes academic excellence. Students, please come forward as your name is called, and please hold your applause until all names have been read. The 2024 winners of the Whittle Prize are Josh Carr, Mary Chura, Meg Gray, John Hong, Walter Liu, come on forward, Laurel Neff, Petra Chian, Reeves Versaghi, and Charlotte Whiteley. The Johns Prize recognizes eminent academic excellence. The 2024 winners are James Hong, Elliot Kim, Marshall Ragsdale, and Ray Wong. The Meade Prize recognizes the highest level of academic excellence. The 2024 winners are Brian Chen, Bella Johnson, Leo Melton, Lita Wen, and Chloe Yan. I will now turn the podium over to Ms. Mr. Phil Spears, Assistant Head for Student Life, who will present our athletic awards.
The Robert Wyatt Farrer Commitment to Athletics Award. This award honors the life of Robert Wyatt Farrer, class of 2007. During his 4 years at EHS, Wyatt demonstrated an outstanding commitment to athletics by participating with passion and devotion to 12 seasons of athletics. This award is presented annually to graduating seniors who have also competed in 3 seasons of athletics each year for the duration of their EHS careers. It is a tribute to this year's senior class to present this award to 14 student athletes. I'll ask the students to come to the stage in 3 groups to be recognized. Justin Armstead, Jane Blessing, Patrick Carr, Joey Chen, and Dory Fosgate. Group 2, Emily Gerard, Keaton Galat, John Hong, Malik Johnson, and Ben Kwan. And Group 3, Laurel Neff, Tyler Pelkey, Bo Ryan, and Lane Smith.
I now ask that this year's Honor Committee and Discipline Committee please join their advisors, Captain Eldred and Mr. Mark Carter, on the side of the stage. If you guys want to come on up. Now, we're pleased to recognize these students of the 2023-24 Honor Committee and Discipline Committee, and they have upheld Episcopal's most cherished values. Selected by their peers, the entire EHS community appreciates their efforts and recognizes the unique personal demands these roles require. This year, I've been impressed by the seriousness, thoughtfulness, and dedication that members of these committees have brought to their work as they struggle with the fine distinction between compassion and accountability. Please accept these gifts as token of our appreciation for your dedication to Episcopal.
The 2023-24 Honor Committee, Chair, Jaden Mathia. Jane Blessing. John Patrick Carr. Brian Chen. Emily Gerard. Meg Gray. James Hong. And Laurel Neff. Thank you, Honor Committee. The 23-24 Discipline Committee, Chair Nate Bastos. Jason Abraham. Riley Beeger. Emma Famalua. Leo Melton. Reeves Versaghi. Thomas Wood. And Baker Jean.
And now I would like to ask all of this year's senior monitors and monitors to come to the side of the stage, please. The tradition of student leadership at Episcopal High School is a distinguishing characteristic of the school. The monitors are charged with the task of establishing the model and setting the tone for the student community. This task is critically important and requires a complex set of skills. Monitors are simultaneously asked to lead and serve, listen and respond, and ultimately to bridge the relationship between students and faculty. They serve as examples of the best for which the high school stands, counseling older students and showing the way for new students. It's my pleasure publicly to recognize and express appreciation to this year's monitors.
The 23-24 Senior Monitors. Head John Rogers. Alexander Brady. Ian Cruz. Amelia Hansen. Josh Huang. Alexa Parchment. Ava Sawi. And Charlotte Whiteley. The 23-24 Dorm Monitors, Jason Abraham, Justin Armstead, Quinn Armstrong, Nate Bastos, Riley Beeger, Jane Blessing, Patrick Carr, Brian Chen, Mary Chura, Luca Farinaccio, Emily Gerard, James Hong, Louisa Hunt, Graham Jewett, Bella Johnson, Leo Melton, Nathir Mwange, Ava Perry, Petra Chian, Emre Sensoy, Lane Smith, Selah Stabell, Reeves Versaghi, and Baker Jean. Congratulations.
All right, it's now my pleasure to turn our program over to our head monitor, John Rogers, who has done, all right. And John has done a truly outstanding job leading the school this year. John's gifts as a leader have emerged this year in so many ways. In a class whose bonds of friendship have been as close as any as we can remember, John's natural enthusiasm, genuine warmth, and interest in supporting everyone around him have served as a crucial glue in making the connections across this class so tight. John's presence has been felt in every corner of school life, from starting every community meeting with infectious positivity, to connecting with freshmen when they have had difficult days, to supporting the tech crew enthusiastically for the winter musical when his football injury kept him sidelined from athletics, to guiding the senior monitors group as they wrestled with important ways to make our school as caring and spirited a community as possible. John has earned the respect, affection, and admiration of adults and students alike. We will miss him greatly as he heads to Charlottesville and the University of Virginia in the fall, and we all look forward to watching all the wonderful things that he will do in the future. So it's a pleasure to introduce this evening our head monitor, John Rogers.
Just a little bit. Welcome, everyone, and thank you to Mr. Stillwell for that lovely introduction. Sydney Hopkins, who served as head monitor last year, was a tremendous leader and communicator, so I thought it would be a good idea in preparation for tonight to ask Mr. Ebel for a copy of her speech. Well, be careful what you ask for, because after reading her speech, I fell into a state of demoralization, certain I would never measure up to Sydney. But after a few days, I picked myself off the floor and went in the other direction. I decided to do things completely differently. No list of memorable moments over the last 4 years, no sentimental observations about our time in EHS. I would completely reinvent the graduation speech genre, and in doing so, keep you, the audience, riveted. You would leave the room weeping tears of joy, hugging and shaking hands, brimming with a new appreciation of life and your place in it. Kids and parents would tearfully agree that the first child would be called Episcopal. What I came up with was both good and original. Unfortunately, the good part was not original, and the original part was not good, as Samuel Johnson said. So I sought counsel and received 2 pieces of advice. First, keep it short. Second, the audience will remember no more than 3 things. You may feel relieved or at this point skeptical that I chose to follow this advice, but I did, and now I would like to convey 3 ideas to you. The first is Episcopal is extraordinary. It is unique among high schools, among all high schools, for reasons I will explain. I recognize that the Episcopal's extraordinary theme may seem familiar to those who attended the Courage Campaign dinner 4 weeks ago. Yes, that theme is reused here, but only because it's true and important. And also because I just spent a 3-week externship managing toddlers at a butterfly house, and my brain is utterly shot. By the way, my senior externship was a journey of learning and self-awareness. I learned that toddlers have limitless energy, and I became aware that I am in no hurry to have kids, possibly ever. So Episcopal is extraordinary. It took 185 years of history, generations of exceptional people to make Episcopal what it is today. What we have here cannot be replicated. Episcopal is extraordinary in its dedication to traditional values. Honor, duty, and integrity are embodied in our student-enforced honor code. Episcopal is extraordinary in its commitment to positive change. It prioritizes diversity and inclusion, not just in race and economic status, but in viewpoint. EHS is the rare school that still protects the respectful exchange of competing ideas. Episcopal is extraordinary in its structure. We are 100% boarding. We are not a commuter campus, we are a family. Finally, Episcopal High School is extraordinary in its product, namely graduates who are mentally, physically, and spiritually prepared to positively impact the world. In sum, whether we realize it or not, we've been blessed to experience a truly singular high school. The second idea that I want to convey is that the class of 2024 is unique. I know what you're thinking. A Gen Z kid thinks he's special. What a surprise. But I don't mean that we're special in the sense of being better, just that we are unique in what we experienced and ultimately overcame. I would submit that one person, one generation, in fact, is much like any other. The differences lie in the challenges they face, and the class of 2024 faced severe challenges. As prospective students, we visited a campus buzzing with socializing teenagers, legendary traditions, and a plethora of gathering places. As freshmen, however, we arrived in August of 2020 to campus in various stages of lockdown. We were with mandates not to socialize with our peers, and so our sports seasons were canceled. We were the first freshman class not to have Birch, and the first to attend classes remotely. For the first time in 120 years, the game was canceled. We listened to our choir perform over Zoom with faulty mics cutting in and out, and COVID testing and quarantines became a fact of life. But trust me, I realize that many of you do not want to relive our time in lockdown and might get up and leave if I make this whole thing about COVID, so all I'm here to say is that we made the best of it. We did. We bonded in hallways, dorm rooms, or over dinner at Flippin'. We got to know each other any way we could, and I wholeheartedly believe that our shared unique experiences, our shared challenges, bonded us more closely than a normal freshman class. I still need to write a couple thank you letters to the staff that had to deal with me and my buddies on freshman year on Hummel. When you keep a bunch of 14 and 50-year-olds inside a dorm for too long, I've learned that we can actually be very, very creative, just not in a productive manner at all. I'm sure the teachers living on Hummel would have preferred COVID to staying in that dorm for a moment longer. So thank you, teachers, thank you. What could have broken us, what could have caused permanent fissures in the class of 2024 and the school itself brought us closer. Sophomore year came, the path turned, and we headed toward openness. We received our center privileges, which is ultimately where my weight gain journey began, as I discovered the wonders of Ann Pizza's Lil Roni, a pepperoni and sausage pizza glazed with honey and complete with a side of ranch. Sounds pretty good right about now, actually. That year, we welcomed the class of 2025 to the Hill. It's been gratifying to watch those once wide-eyed freshmen mature into the leaders we know them as today. The following year, our arrival as upperclassmen coincided with a new energy on campus, a new optimism. But the months flew by all too fast, and we soon found ourselves knocking at the doorstep of senior year. Senior year. What I would do to relive every moment. Every day that was spent practicing and studying film with my brothers on the football team. Every hour it took to get to Blue Ridge with the cheerleaders to support our lacrosse team. Every minute that passed in the clock as the line in the school store got shorter and shorter, and when it came down to being on time for class or a conversation with Miss Vicky, I choose the latter every time, every time. And finally, every second I got to see you all, see everyone's smiling faces, laughing together between class, before chapel, during study hall. What I would do to relive it all. We pelted each other with chunks of ice in a snowball warfare until there was no snow left on the ground. We lost a gut-wrenching basketball game to the faculty that became an instant classic, and even got an all-inclusive group spa treatment during our rafting trip. as the buses that took us to and from Ohio Pile doubled as steam rooms. On the tech crew, we built a fortifying barricade of chairs for a talented cast who put on a Broadway-level production of Les Mis this winter. We wore goggles every waking moment for 2 weeks just to lose interest in Senior Splash as it narrowed down to 10 people. But don't worry, the game will resume at our 5th-year reunion. There must be a winner. Tomorrow when we are handed our diplomas, shake Mr. Stillwell's hand and light our cigars. These moments will forever become memories. Priceless memories that I wouldn't have wanted to make with anybody but you guys. In sum, the class of 2024 was tested in unique ways and we emerged stronger for it, as did our school. I'm sure we will be tested again beyond Episcopal and emerge even stronger. So we've covered 2 of 3 ideas. EHS is extraordinary and the class of 24 is unique. The third is that Episcopal is forever. I'm not just talking about the bumper sticker on the back of your car. I mean that you don't arrive at a place like EHS in your most formative years and then discard it. It becomes a part of you and you become a part of it. We will move forward into adulthood, but we won't leave Episcopal behind. We will take it with us, apply the lessons it taught us, and practice the values it instilled. College graduates call their schools alma maters. This translates from Latin to other mother or nourishing mother. And so college may be. I have a term for Episcopal High School, alma familia, other family or nourishing family. When we came here, we did not lose our families of origin, no, we gained a second family. With our sibling classmates, parental teachers and coaches, and our cousins on the staff and in the alumni community, we share the DNA of EHS and a history of intertwined experience. As with our family of origin, we will take our alma familia with us wherever we go. We will lean on it in the tough times. We will celebrate with it in the good. Even when we don't think of it, it will be with us, urging us forward, strengthening us amidst challenges, and guiding us toward what is right. To the parents here, thank you for sharing your kids with this family called Episcopal. You are members of it too. To the faculty, staff, and coaches of Episcopal, thank you for helping to raise us. And to the class of 2024, thank you all for being my brothers and sisters. In conclusion, yes, I failed to keep this speech short, but I hope you remember these 3 ideas. Episcopal is truly extraordinary. The class of 24 is unique, and alma familia. Episcopal is family, and family is forever. Thank you, and God bless the high school.
So this concludes our evening. Thank you all so much for coming to our awards assembly. Thanks again to John for his wonderful words. We look forward to seeing everyone out in Hoxton Circle tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for what we hope will be a beautiful Virginia morning, and have a wonderful evening. Thanks for being here.
I gave my high school graduation speech, it wasn't nearly that good. Seriously.